You're listening to the Visibly Fit podcast. Hey, I'm your host, Wendie Pett, and every week I'll give you holistic, practical solutions for everyday issues related to nutrition, healing, functional fitness, and behavior modifications. As a naturopath, fitness expert, and wellness coach for over 20 years, my goal is to empower you to reach for greater health and to rise up to your next level of living in mind, body, and spirit. You were created with greatness in mind. It's time to own it. Are you with me? Then let's dive in. Hello and welcome to the Visibly Fit podcast. I'm your host, Wendie Pett, and I am so excited to be here. Yes, this has been a long time coming. I have had patients and clients just beg me, probably for the last 5 years, when are you going to do the Visibly Fit podcast? And to be honest with you, I have dealt with, I guess, being a recovering perfectionist with it all. And just so you know, this will not be a perfect podcast, although it will be very perfect. It will be imperfectly perfect. And that's why we're just going to go for it, because being perfect is all about the definition is really about being whole, being complete. And so that's my goal for you with this Visibly Fit podcast, is that you feel perfect and that you know you're perfect already, and that you understand maybe new techniques and new ways to feel and become more and more whole, more complete through this podcast. So, this podcast is going to assist you with being visibly fit mind, body, and spirit. And I hope it will propel you to just kind of your next level of living. And what does that look like? Hopefully, it will inspire you and motivate you and get you into a new place mentally, physically, and spiritually that you desire to be. And with that, I will be sharing some awesome, just nuggets of wisdom of all my years of doing what I do, which has been over 20 years with Visibly Fit. But oh my goodness, I have been a student of physical culture for a very long time. Back when, headbands and leg warmers were cool. Yeah, I was teaching step aerobics and all kinds of things. I used to teach dance, and that includes tap, jazz, ballet, and baton. Gosh, I was probably middle school and high school when I was teaching, but I had taken dance since I was 3 years old. Let's see, I am a naturopath, and I am a fitness expert and whole food plant based nutrition. What else? I do a lot of coaching. I have a television show that's not just in the US, but it's global. And I have had the privilege of having that Visibly Fit television show for almost 15 years now. And it reaches over 42 million viewers, 42 million households, excuse me, on the NRB network. And it's also on several other networks as well. And I am known as Coach Wendie on KTIS radio here in the Minneapolis St. Paul Twin Cities area, but it reaches other states as well. And so I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity. And I'm grateful that there are no accidents, because this actually all began because of a quote unquote accident. But God turns things for our good and his glory. And so I want to share a little bit about how Visibly Fit got started. And it all got started, again, like I said, through an accident, a snowmobile accident. You see, I grew up in Texas. I'm a Texas girl and always will be in my heart. Uh, just, yeah, I'm a Texas girl. My heart will always belong there. And my parents live there, and my sister and my niece and nephew. But I have been in Minnesota for about 24 years now. And I am currently remarried, and I have a son that is almost 21. He will be 21 this year, and he's in the Space Force right now. And I'm so proud of him. He's an incredible young man. And my husband is just a gift from God. We are such a great team. I'm so grateful that he's in my life. He has 2 daughters and 12 grandkids, and we have a very full, busy, wonderful life, and we're grateful. We actually have a podcast that we do together as well called Your Biggest Breakthrough. If you want to check that out, it's totally different from this one, but it might bring a smile to your face. So, how did Visibly Fit get started? Well, that accident I was talking about, uh, like I said, I was on a snowmobile because that's what people do here in Minnesota. A lot of them go snowmobiling, and I love things that go fast. I love fast cars and I guess fast snowmobiles. And I was going fast. At least it seemed fast to me. It was 55 miles an hour. And I know they go much faster than that, but for me, that was pretty fast at the time. And I hit a snow covered actually, I hit a big chunk of ice that was on the path that I was on, and it pushed me over off the path, and I was trying to regain composure and get back on the path, and I hit a snow covered culvert, and that culvert, I didn't see it because the snow was covering it, and I hit the edge of it just head on with my sled, and then I went flying through that sled through the windshield, and I hit a tree. That's right, going 55 miles an hour, and I was, unconscious for what seemed like minutes, but I'm sure it was only seconds. But I had that moment of peace. I had that moment where I heard birds singing and chirping and bright lights, and take that however you want to take it. But let's just say I'm very grateful to be here today. But in that accident, I hit the tree about an inch from my head. It could have been so much worse, but I did end up, having a concussion. But also, I did have from the fall back onto the ground from the accident. But I broke my clavicle, tore some shoulder muscles, and when I went into the orthopedic surgeon's office, he definitely said, we've got to do surgery. And you may not know this about me yet, but you may learn that I'm a little stubborn. And I thought, nope, nope, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a holistic way of doing this. And so through the exercises that I teach today, I was already doing those type of exercises. But I just kept being very disciplined in those, and it healed my body naturally. And so much so that I went back to the orthopedic surgeon, and he brought someone else in the room, and they were shocked to see how far and quickly I progressed. And I think it was about 2.5 months of that rehab that I did, but I was very disciplined, and again, teaching similar exercises that I teach today. So I'm so grateful that God does heal our body. We just need to be again disciplined and have the right tools in our toolbox to do so. And so since then, I have just had the honor and privilege of writing books and I have a television show that not just hits here in the U.S. but is around the world. It reaches about 42 million households with the NRB network, but it's also on other networks as well. I am Coach Wendie here in the Twin Cities on KTIS Radio. So, again, that is just such a gift, and I'm grateful. And I coach and work with many clients, and mainly females. I work with men too, but mainly women between the ages of 40 and 65, sometimes 70. Usually these are women that they've kind of done it all. Like they've done even crazy things. Like one of my clients did something called the hot dog diet. Really? Oh, please don't do that one. So there's, you try all the things, and it's not uh, the solution. Sometimes it's just that quick fix or band-aid on the problem. And so with Visibly Fit, I want to offer you solutions. I want to give you nuggets that you can actually apply to your life today that will make you in a place of living a better, healthier life. And again, that's mind, body, and spirit. So we will, just dive into certain topics on each episode that will give you more knowledge, and that knowledge that you gain will give you more power and stepping into a new place with your own health, and also putting that knowledge into action. That's where that real power comes in, and so I know you'll do that. But these first 5 shows will be all about teaching you that Visibly Fit is within reach. That's right, it's within reach. And I use that word reach, and I break it down into an acronym. R stands for release, and we're going to dive into what release really talks about. I'm talking about releasing weight, releasing emotions, release. How do we do that? And what does it look like? The next show is all about exercise. The next one, because that's the E, the A is affirm, the C is choose, and the H is heart. So you have an acronym here that we're going to dive into for the next 5 shows. But I have these awesome worksheets that I want you to go and download that you can just either look at them on your mobile device or actually print them out and write on them so that you can follow along in each episode. And I think that they will really benefit you greatly. So in order to find those, just go to Wendie Pett, that's WENDIEPETT.com / visibly fit podcast. And I will send those into your email inbox right away. Just put your name and email and I'll send those to you. And that's what we're going to do on the first 5 shows. Now, after that, I may have guests on that, I'm an expert in many things, but not all things, right? So I will have guests on that will really uh, tap into that certain topic that we will be discussing on that day. So they may not be from the same camp as I'm in. I'm a first of all, my faith is big. I'm a Jesus follower. I will sprinkle Jesus throughout my podcast, and I will unapologetically do so. So expect that. If that bothers you, I'm sorry. That's who I am, and that's what I'll be doing here. But um, they may not be a Christ follower. That's okay. I come from the whole food plant based camp of nutrition. They may not be. That's okay. We're going to learn different things from different people. Um, um, Health and wellness and fitness. I come from the camp of your body is your gym and you don't need equipment. You don't need, gadgets and gazmos and whatever to get your workouts in and to be effective. I will be teaching you how to be visibly fit and how to use your body as your gym the way that I do by using mind muscle connection and doing a lot of moving isometrics and DVR exercises and all that. And we'll break that down into the exercise portion of the episodes. But we will have other people on that may, I don't know, do something else. That's okay. I want you to glean from different experts and take away nuggets that work best for you, right? Like I know Visibly Fit works and it's amazing. And I've been doing this for 20 years and I have so many incredible testimonials to share, but not everyone is in the same camp. And that's okay. I think we learn from others and from different, just methodologies. So just know that ahead of time. But will I share about Visibly Fit? You betcha. A lot. And I want you to have these tools in your toolbox of holistic living. So I will be giving you holistic approaches to just the way you're eating, the way you're exercising, the way, sleeping, stress levels, mindset, spiritual well-being. We will tap into all of that. And I will be sharing lots of nuggets of wisdom with you in those episodes. But I just wanted to give you a forewarning. We will have some people that are in my camp as well. So I just want you to learn and decide for yourself, right? Because I think that's how we grow. If we just stay in one side all the time of understanding this one methodology, then it's like, okay, well, how can we back that up and why wouldn't we choose the other? So it's good to just kind of have a kind of a scale, if you will, to balance out what works best for you, right? Okay. Well, that's what we're going to do on this podcast. So I am just so excited. Hopefully, I'll grab your ear while you're walking because I love to walk. Walking is so powerful, and we're going to dive into that. That's like one whole episode in itself. But maybe you're walking and you get to hear this podcast. That's awesome. I love that. I walk almost every day. It's like a big part of my life, and it releases positive endorphins, those happy hormones. So I highly encourage you to walk. If you're having a moment of one of those discouraging kind of moments, just get up, go for a walk, and I promise it'll kind of shake it off. I do this thing called Walk It Off Now, and it was a 6-week challenge, and you can still sign up for it actually over at walkitoffnow.com. And I'll be opening that back up again soon. But that's a great way to just release um, some emotions. And we're going to dive into that. But maybe you're walking, or maybe you're doing some other workout, or maybe you're cooking in the kitchen. I listen to a lot of podcasts when I'm cooking in the kitchen, or when I'm getting ready in the mornings, putting on my makeup or whatever. So wherever you are and you're listening in, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to let me just join you in this intimate space, because I know it is. And I promise I will deliver my best self to you. That's my commitment in these episodes. So please share, give to your family, your friends, share on your social media, give a rating and a review, and follow and subscribe and all those things, because I need your help. So I'm boldly asking you if you would do that. That would be so wonderful and so kind. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun too. We may have some um, laughter moments, because my friends tell me I'm a little squirrely sometimes. My mind goes pretty fast. Remember, I said I like things that are fast. Well, my mind goes fast too, and if I don't throw it out there, sometimes whatever I'm thinking, I may forget it, and so sometimes I just like blurt something out. So bear with me if I do. Hopefully, it might make you laugh, or maybe it's one of those nuggets that you needed to hear in that moment. So know that that will happen. And yeah, we're gonna have some fun. That's what I want us to do. Is I want us to laugh, have some fun, and I want you to be educated and prepared for how it is so possible, and understanding that Visibly Fit is within reach. Okay, it really is. So let's close this one out, and just say, come on over to this next episode so we can dive right into the R of reach. We're going to talk all about release. But go ahead and go to wendiepett.com. Again, that's WENDIEPETT.com / Visibly Fit podcast. And it may be backslash. I'm always confused on that one. Whatever it is, put it in there, and put your email and name, and I'll send these to you right away in your inbox. Okay. All right. God bless. And I look forward to these next episodes with you, my friend. Take care. Make it a Visibly Fit day.
Well, that's a wrap for today's show, so thank you so much for tuning in. I love spending this time with you. To learn more and get more free resources, just head on over to wendiepett.com, and thank you in advance for sharing this episode and this podcast, following and subscribing, not only to this podcast, but finding me on social media, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you are, I'm probably there too. Until next week and our next podcast time together, make it a Visibly Fit day.